Boot boot. Hello, hello. Boot boot. I'm gonna do a review on the episode one for the Rise of the Shield Hero. So, yeah. If you watch my what I was gonna watch for 2019 winter, you can see that I was gonna watch this show. This was on my list of things to watch. So this is episode one. So, first thing I've noticed from episode one. Let's get into it. Let me find the details on it. The first thing I've noticed about episode one is that geez, this studio went all out for this episode anyway, and plus it was 45 minutes. Yes, Kinema Citrus. That's the one I was looking for the name of the studio. Kinema Citrus. Geez, these dudes are going for it, you know. Like a double episode on the first episode. I was very interested in that. You know what? I quite like the idea and the concept of double episodes because when you first start a series, it's usually it takes a while to get the ball rolling. But having like 40 minutes for an episode, kind of gets the ball rolling a bit faster, which I did quite enjoy. And like the pacing of the first episode I thought it was fairly decent as well. So that was a big what do you call it, a big winner for me. I really enjoyed it. So let's actually talk about what the series is all about. So obviously I have no what's it called it I have no expectations of this show whatsoever. I know nothing about it. I had like a clean slate when I got into it, and what I can say is it was pretty good. So the things I quite enjoyed about it was first of all, the main character, he's a bit different from your normal isekai heroes. Because usually in these isekai worlds, you always have like some shut-in loser kind of thing. Doesn't know how to talk to people, stuff like that. We saw that with Overlord, where Ainz, his real personality, doesn't really know how to interact with other people, and he's just putting it all on as like a facade. What else is there? Another example of this? Yeah, just an example. Subaru, he's a bit of a loser as well. I've just noticed all these shows have like losers and always have someone who's just really antisocial. Or that the Demon Lord from the last season as well. Forgot what the show was called, but yeah, the Demon Lord and the Elf Girl and the Cat Girl. Yeah, that dude was a loser as well. I don't know. It's always frustrating to watch them socialize with people, and it can be annoying due to the lack of social abilities. But that's why I quite enjoyed the main character for this so far. He's a bit different from the mold. Like he is still a nerd, but he actually goes outside. it kind of like it was kind of highlighted in the first few minutes of the show, where he's like, yeah, I'm your usual weeb otaku guy, but then you see him go to like a grocery store and stuff, going outside. That was pretty decent. So obviously he's not a complete. So he actually knows how to act like a human being. It's kind of mean to say actually. Say it in a nicer way. He's very sociable, so he understands how to interact with people properly, like how most people would. So I quite enjoyed that aspect about his character, really. Yeah. So he was he was he was chosen to be the shield hero. So yeah, he was just living his life, and then he gets summoned to another world. And obviously, because he's an otaku, and he's seen this kind of stuff before, and he's all about, yes, can't wait to start my adventure. But then I don't know if he's been chosen to have the shield hero, which is kind of like the worst one out of the four, as portrayed so far in the show. I'm doing quote unquote marks right now, but you can't see what the hell, I'm an idiot. Well, like obviously from the way it's been portrayed, the shield hero is like the useless one right now, but he might get more OP. But he's at a severe disadvantage when it comes to the other guys. So obviously we get introduced to the other of the three heroes as well, and there's a new interesting concept. It's like how they're all from Japan, but they're all from different versions of Japan. So it's like that's kind of established. There's multiple timelines and versions and parallel worlds, but they're all being transferred into this world. So there is that's been established already now. That was pretty interesting as well. And what else do we get? So obviously and then they talk for a bit, blah blah blah, and yeah, and And then when picking the adventurers, this is when it was quite deep, you know, because our boy, let's see, what was the main MC? Our MC only got one person, and she only came out of him to join his team out of P. But like, she was so nice at the beginning, the female. She was very nice at the beginning, but it turns out she was just like playing him like a fiddle, to be honest. And obviously, because this dude's not had that much interaction with girls, and he was like falling all over her, you know, love over heels for the girl. You know, he just didn't realize that she was kind of tricking him. Yeah, so that I thought that was pretty crazy as well. But I think I had a feeling that she was a bit too nice, but then I don't know. For a while, it felt quite genuine, like when she was being interested in the first half of the series. You know, I was like, damn, she you know, she's actually trusting him and everything. But damn, oh my god! As soon as like she tried to make him drink the alcohol, I knew something was up. It was like I knew she was planning something. But that was crazy though. In the second half, when she accuses him of rape, I was like, yo, that was pretty scummy of her, to be honest. Because yeah, because she was trying to what's it called? Just pretty much ruined his life, kind of thing. And then like because of this whole scenario where like females calling out males for rape, you know, currently in this political social climate and stuff, it's quite relevant, and it is a huge issue, or like a huge topic right now, especially with the whole Me Too movement going on. So I can see this thing being quite controversial in the way it was shown and everything. You know, yeah. Speaking of controversial about this first episode, it's kind of getting. I saw a Chibi reviews video about how he's getting the Goblin Slayer treatment, and I think I can see why it would have such a controversial stand anyway. So obviously, because of my personal beliefs, I don't really care about those kind of things. I'm not that sensitive about those kind of things, because it does happen, you know. But like the pain and anger that the main MC felt, I don't know why. But obviously, I've never been in this situation that he's in, but like, oh, I could just imagine myself in that situation, and I could just feel his anger. Like, it was so, I don't know. For me, as like male, especially a male, I just felt so that scene, like I could feel his emotions as he was getting accused by everyone, and he was like, "Oh, you know what? Screw this world." Everyone was against him. I was like, "Damn." I don't know. I felt so relatable. I don't know if you guys felt relatable as well, but for me, that was a really big emotional impact on me as well. Yeah, and plus, like, because of, I'm saying again, I'm gonna repeat myself, the social climate of today, and that movement is quite relevant as well. You know, of falsely claim. Obviously, most of the claims can be false or not, but like they're never proven and stuff like that. But like, I could never imagine myself in that situation where I've been falsely accused and everyone believes the other person. So yeah, but like speaking of what those controversies have been saying, like it doesn't really portray any what's it called? It doesn't portray that in a bad way. Like the whole jurisdiction is it's pretty anti-rape, to be honest. Because if he wasn't a hero, he would have been executed for the crime he what's the word? He flip. Basically, I'm trying to say is if he wasn't a hero, he would have actually been executed for the crime he allegedly, that's the word, committed. So the law in the series is really does not tolerate rape and sexual harassment. So that is shown, but obviously he's been falsely accused. So that is a big no for me. You know, it really makes me it really antagonizes the woman as well. Yeah, that was pretty crazy. So I really enjoyed his determination though. Or I kind of went on a bit of tangent. And then the second half of the series, you know, he becomes a bit more what do you call it? You know, in the first he was all cheerful, happy go. In the second he becomes a bit more rough-housed, and I quite like his ruthlessness. That's the kind of MC that I would enjoy watching. To be honest, I don't like it when they're too nice, because usually when they're too nice they get taken advantage of. Hence what happened in the first half. I'm just trying to think of like just in general when the MC is way too nice, and I just like go on, don't trust him. and he trusts him, and then he gets screwed over, stuff like that. So I quite enjoy his growth that he shows in the second half. It's very nice. And where the part where he's like where is it? Where he's using intimidation against the merchant to sell his balloon parts. Obviously, he wasn't trying to exploit the merchant. He just wanted a fair trade like everyone else. And then we also get to see some of his abilities, where he uses the shield, and then he has like a skill up, makes it into a grass sword, and he's like leveling up the quality of the plants around, and he's selling it. That was very resourceful of him as well. And then we get it right at the end, where he's approached by some dodgy dude, and then he's just like what's it called? And then he's like, "Oh, come with me." And then we see all these slaves, and these demi-humans are slaves. And demi-humans aren't nothing new. They've all been around in these kind of it's quite common for them to be in the genre, and they usually tend to be like always below the human population in terms of hierarchy. Sometimes they're above, but mostly below. Yeah, and then yeah, but like I would say if the MC was how he was in the first half, I'm pretty sure he would have said no, and he would have actually tried to like free all the slaves or something because of them. But now because he's just like, oh, I don't really care, and he's quite a bitter dude right now. He was actually willing to try out to buy a slave. He was actually fairly interested. And plus, especially when he says that these guys can't betray you, I was like, yeah, why not? Why not get a slave? And they're not. And as far as I'm concerned, in the series, they're not illegal. But it hasn't been. They could be illegal, but hasn't been shown as illegal yet. So, if I was him, I'd get a slave. Then they won't double cross me like the female did. But I want to know one thing though: was the female actually working with the other hero or not? So that is something I need to find out. We'll probably find out soon enough. Yeah. So yeah, and then we see him like a little panel of like one of those furry female companions, and judging from the way it displayed her in the last scene, I'm guessing that he's probably gonna pick her out of all the demi-humans, and that was pretty much the end of episode 1, which I thoroughly enjoyed. This show has a lot of promise, and it's gonna. And then how many episodes? We don't know yet, but this show does have promise, and it's gonna fill the void that I have. That Goblin Slayer's finished now, so it came at the right time, right place and right time. Filling the void that Goblin Slayer left. So it's gonna be good. Yeah, and then let's go back to the controversy of the show as well. I've seen a lot of people call like especially in the Chibi's thingy. Like, I don't know, I'm just going to relate it back to his videos when he was like talking about all the backlash that the author got. Well, like, what's the funniest thing is people were calling the author misogynistic and stuff. But I found out, well, I don't know if it's true, let me find out real quick. But in the comment section of the video that Chibi had, the most liked videos were actually of people saying that the author was actually a female. So, if she is a female, I think she is a female. Let me just Wikipedia this real quick. Where is this? Anko. Yeah, I think it is a female. Her name is Ankeko Usagi. Let me Google that real quick. But back to the point, it's really funny, people calling him misogynistic because I reckon most of them think it's like some kind of male, but in reality, there we go. I'm on her My Anime List profile right now, and then it's just in the comment section 1 hour ago. Some people claim it's misogynistic. If only they knew the author was female herself. Yeah, keep up the great work. Yeah, that's pretty funny, yeah. Because I'm guessing the people who think she's misogynistic tend to be the ones who are actually, think that the author is male and they presumed wrong. So that's pretty funny, and you got to keep that in mind as well. She's a female, so it's not like she's one of those males who hate females kind of dudes. It's like an actual female writing from her perspective. So like as a female's perspective, it's obviously different because she's a female. Can't really be called. She can't really hate herself kind of thing. How long have we been talking? 14 minutes. Wow, talked a lot about this episode. But yeah, I would say this show has a lot of promise, and I'm looking forward to the next episode. Hopefully, it comes out very soon. I'm very hooked. I'm very hooked indeed.